0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about some 3D printable folding stocks and folding pistol braces that you can make yourself at home. Now, if you've ever been in the market for a folding pistol brace or a folding stock, or if you've purchased one recently, you know that they are some of the most ridiculously overpriced firearms accessories that you can buy. The amount of money that the companies charge for these things is genuinely ridiculous. You know, they should probably cost like $100 at the most if you're getting a nice one, and instead they cost hundreds of dollars. You know, if you want to buy the nicer end, you're going to be paying like over $300 for one of these things. So today we're going to talk about how you can make one yourself, and some new designs just came out literally within the last week that have significantly improved the durability. A lot of you are probably familiar with this old thing. On printables, it's called the MCX-ish, and on the rest of the internet, I believe it's called the Carbon Folder. And it's been a pretty decent folding option, although it has a lot of downsides, like it doesn't hold tight when it's in the folded position. And, you know, the hinge isn't exactly as strong as it could be. But I've used this one for over a year on my 3011, which is chambered in 45 ACP, so they are somewhat durable. I've only had to reprint one part of the hinge once, and that was more my fault than the hinge's fault, so I can't really say I have too many complaints other than, like I said, it's kind of floppy when it's folded. I overcame that with a magnet that will hold pretty tight whenever there's something metal there, but now we have much better options, and I'm going to show you what they are. So, Are We Cool Yet released a design that was made by, a guy, I think the designer's called Lukewarm Designs, if I'm remembering that correctly. And this is that new design that just came out less than a month ago, okay? It's reinforced with metal plates that you get from Send Cut Send. See if the camera will focus for me. And it makes it very strong because it relies on the metal, and the hinge itself is much stronger than that one over there. The only downside to this, and I'm going to get into how it got fixed just this week, is that when you're folding the hinge, while it does hold itself much better than that first design I showed you, moving the hinge requires pushing a spring up and down. So if I want to unfold it, I have to push a spring and then snap it into place, which the snap feels really good, by the way. And then if I want to fold it, I have to do the same thing. I have to squeeze a spring to get it. And essentially, the entire design kind of falls a little bit short because of this little tiny itty bitty plastic tab that you can see right there. That little itty bitty plastic tab is what's holding it when it's in the folded position. And in order to maximize the strength of that tab, you have to print it at essentially a 45-degree angle, right? Which for me, this was like a 20-hour print. I had to run everything really slow just to get it to come out right. And if I were to bend it like this without the metal plates, it would just snap, obviously, because it's designed to use those and the layer lines are running the wrong way. So, it's not a bad design. It's actually a really good design. However, there were some shortcomings, and those shortcomings were fixed, like I said, just about a week ago at the time of filming this video, when another designer called Unseen Killer released this design. Okay, this big old giant beefy boy hinge here is significantly stronger, doesn't rely on pushing a spring up and down to get it to fold, it uses a little dimple here so that when it folds, it's held securely in place, and it's actually slightly more secure than that one. But the best part is that you can just flip it out like that very quickly. So you can go from folded to unfolded very fast. And like I said, this hinge is significantly beefier, but with also the added benefit of this is printable in multiple parts. So if one part breaks, you can print just that part instead of having to reprint the entire thing. Now, I'm not crapping on this design, by the way, because we're going to get to how this design got improved with the combination of this design. So this right here, the one from Unseen Killer, there's an option for a pistol brace back here. I have the stock option on mine. But this is one of the designs that I would highly recommend to people. Well, as far as files go, every time I do a video where I talk about specific files, people want to know where they can get them. YouTube doesn't really like me linking the place in my description, so I'm just going to start building a repository of links on my Patreon page, but it'll be free for everyone to access. Like, you're not going to have to pay to access the list of all the files. So the files to these will be on that list. You just go to my Patreon, you'll be able to find everything. Like I said, you're not going to have to pay any money to access it, because I didn't make this stuff, so I'm not going to charge money for it. It's just going to be a list where you can find all the files I talk about, from like the stocks to the suppressors to, you know, these lowers and all that stuff. But anyways, this one from Unseen Killer, this one I would highly recommend. It is extremely durable. You can build it probably with everything that you've got laying around already. There's an ender bed spring in this little clip here, and then there's threaded rod that you can get from Amazon. But somebody actually took this design and combined it with the design from Lukewarm, and they gave us this. So you can have the skeletonized stock, right? And it still has, oops, if it'll focus for me, it's probably, okay. And it still has the place where you can put the metal plates, right? So you get the benefit of being able to still use these metal plates, and you get the benefit of having this big old fat beefy hinge, right? So if you like the skeletonized look, you can go with this one. If you like the, you know, straight stock look, you can go with this one. They both have pistol brace and stock options. So like, this is the stock option, this is the pistol brace option. And the other benefit of this one is that you can actually print it like this, or, you know, just flat. Instead of having to print it at a 45 degree in order to preserve that little tiny plastic tab, you can print it like this, and which not only makes it a faster print, this was only like 8 hours, but it's also stronger, because since the layer lines aren't going like this, I wouldn't be able to break this one the same way, right? So technically you could use this straight off the printer bed. Just, you know, you'd probably want to use lower caliber stuff. With both of these hinges, I don't know what the upper limit of caliber would be. Like, I don't know how powerful of a gun they can handle. I mean, they feel sturdy enough that like I would feel confident putting one on a 308, but I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me. But, you know, as far as like 5.56, I don't think these would have any problem with that at all. 300 blackout for sure, they could handle that. And then obviously like pistol caliber stuff, they'll handle that no problem. And like I said, this one right off the bed, even without the reinforcement plates, I do believe that this one would still be strong enough without the plates to handle something small like a pistol caliber round. But you might as well get the reinforcement plates, because that's another one of the things that this particular remix improves. You see, on the original from Are We Cool Yet and Lukewarm, this plate here has to be different because of this little hole here. Whereas this one, you could order 2 of the same plate, which saves you money from Send Cut Send, because you get a discount when you're ordering multiples of the same thing. So you don't have to order 2 separate plates, you can just order one. And the files that you send to them are included with the files for the whole thing. So if you're wondering like, well, how do I get the plate? You literally just go to Send Cut Send, you download the files for the plates, and you drag it into the website, and, you know, pick out your material and stuff. These are, I believe I did these out of stainless steel. I can't remember. I'd have to look at my receipt, but it doesn't matter. Either way, the point is, this particular remix from Alpha Cure Mom 69 is, I think, the one. If you're gonna make the Lukewarm design, like if you like the skeletonized look and you want the reinforcement plates, do the remix from Alpha Cure 69, so that you can have the metal plates and the big old beefy hinge that lets you, you know, flip it and fold it without having to interact with a spring, because this is significantly stronger. So if you're looking to make a folding stock, these 2 are legitimately your best options by far. Either the one from Lukewarm Designs, or the remix, or not Lukewarm Designs, Unseen Killer, or the one from Lukewarm Designs that was remixed. And the remix is called Now Kiss. It's like that meme from Mike Tyson where he's got the pigeons and he puts them together. It's just because, you know, Alpha Cure Mom 69 took these 2 designs and just merged them together into one really good design. So if you're in the market right now for a folder and you don't want to spend ridiculous amounts of money and you don't want to wait for one of the ones from China, because that's another option. I've got one of those on order. I saw that video that Deskpop did about the Chinese folding stocks and folding braces, and I was really impressed with the durability because they basically just torture tested them in that video. So I ordered one of those, and it actually just shipped today, so it'll probably still be like another couple weeks before it shows up, maybe a week or two. But yeah, so those are your options. If you're looking for a folding stock, I would never ever recommend getting one from one of the name brand companies here in America, just because they charge such a ridiculous price for them. I would say either if you want one to be entirely made out of metal, I would say order one from China. And if you want one that you can make yourself at home that is still extremely durable and strong, I would say go with these, okay? Because you're not gonna be disappointed, and if a part of it breaks, you can just reprint it, you know? So, and like I said, with the metal reinforcement plates, this one's probably, you know, and this one, like I said, has the reinforcement rods. Like, these are gonna be extremely strong. I don't know specifically how strong, but I'm not sitting here thinking like, oh, I probably shouldn't put them on this or put them on that. Like, I'm pretty confident in putting these on anything, to be honest. But anyways, like I said, the links to all this stuff will be over in my Patreon for free, no charge for anything like that, because I obviously didn't make them, so I'm not gonna charge money to access those links. But yeah, if this video was helpful to you, if this is something that you're interested in, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.